Hey guys, this is Mike from Dark Goblin Gaming, and as you can probably guess, Li-Ming is now active on the public test realm, and we're gonna do some testing. I really like what I've played so far. I played some quick matches, played some things like that. I do have some gameplay for you at the end, but first let's kind of just go over the skills, things like that. So let's go ahead and go into test mode here, and we'll kind of give it a rundown, the abilities, things like that. One thing I like about Li-Ming is she has so many different options you can go. I mean, you have tons, well, not tons, but I mean you have enough to choose your own path, and you can't really go wrong. It goes pretty well, pretty much anything. So let's get set up here. First I'm gonna go over the regular abilities. Let me show you here. Let's run over the test dummy. Alright. As you can see, they also added a new healing dummy here, so just for you healers out there want to test your heals, kind of nice new addition. Anyways, let's talk about Li-Ming here. So Li-Ming's critical mass, what that does is that's her actual character trait. What she actually does is getting a takedown will refresh the cooldown on all of your abilities. Now her abilities cool down so quick already, I honestly don't even pay attention to it, and if my abilities are up because I killed somebody, great. Otherwise you can't really rely on it, so it kind of sucks, but the rest of her stuff is really strong. So let's take a look here. As we know from Diablo, if you guys play Diablo, magic missiles is a key component to that. Right here it says fire 3 missiles toward an area, each dealing 292 damage to the first enemy hit. And granted, I'm level 20 right now, so the damage will be lower at first. One thing that's pretty cool about magic missiles is you can actually choose where to shoot it depending on how you're aiming. So it basically, wherever your crosshairs are, that's where all three are going to line up. So if you want to spread it out wide, you get real close. If you want to go further, you could even almost shoot them straight if you go really far. So pay attention to that when you're playing. They deal a lot of damage. I mean, it's easy damage right there. Next ability is this, which is Arcane Orb. So Arcane Orb, you basically have different distance ranges here. Each notch on here, on this actual thing in the middle here, each notch will do different amounts of damage. So wherever it is, when it lands, it's going to do a lot more damage. So here, if I fire it, does max damage. It's 813, which is the max at that range. If I get a little closer, it starts to lose. Let me toggle cooldowns real quick. It starts to lose its damage. So let's see. Let's get just a straight blow. 451, so it's definitely on the weaker side. You have to be really close to get the lowest damage. So that's the W ability. And the last one right here is actually teleport. So it's a short little teleport. Very good. You can go over obstacles too, so say you have something in the way, you can jump over walls, things like that. It's not very far, so don't plan on it doing very much. Okay, so those are the main 3 abilities here. Let's go ahead and start talking about the talents. So when I first started Li-Ming, I mean, I always like to go glass cannon. If you guys know what that is, glass cannon is basically where you do tons of damage, but you're as fragile as can be. That's why they call it a glass cannon. So my first thing is how to get the most damage out of her. This one right here, let's see. So Astral Presence increases mana regen. I do actually run out of mana with her sometimes, but I don't care enough for it. Right here is the second one. Let's talk about the second one. Regeneration globes restore 100% more mana, and you get a 10% ability power boost for 20 seconds. That's actually pretty decent. So let's talk about the third one here. When magic missiles damages an enemy hero, you can gain a charge of spell block, and what it actually does is it blocks an enemy spell ability. It's pretty nice capability. I usually go with this one actually. I will talk about the last one too. If you haven't taken damage for the last 5 seconds, teleport costs no mana and its cooldown is decreased by 2 seconds. Just so you guys can see how quick that is. I mean, whoops, I gotta set cooldown. So you can teleport again. Honestly, it doesn't seem that feasible. If you're gonna be waiting that long, you might as well mount. It would be good if you were chasing somebody down, but even then you're probably better off mounting, so I'm gonna reset that because I would never choose that one. So what I've been choosing is this one, Force Armor, just because I like the survivability with the build I go. There is one main build that I do go that I found has been successful, but the main thing with Li-Ming is you have so many options you can choose. So I'm going to go ahead and tack on Magic Missile here just so you guys can see. So the second talent, let's talk about this one. Magic Missiles, the first one's Charge Blast. Magic, basically it means basic attacking a target recently hit by a magic missile does 191 extra damage. Let's take a look at this one. So I shoot the target dummy, it puts a little star on him, and then you're able to shoot him again. So it actually dishes out an extra 190 damage, which is, it's almost like a whole nother magic missile. That one, I mean, it looks pretty nice. Let's look at the other ones real quick. Let's see.
I become more powerful.
Okay, so we got Arcane Orb. When Arcane Orb damages enemies, they are pulled towards the center. Just so you guys can see what this one's like, I'm gonna toss these mobs here. Alright, so I shoot the blast at the mob and see what happens. So it tossed them a little bit, if you guys saw. Let's try it again here. So I mean, it does knock them over quite a bit. Well, I don't even know why it's not working anymore. Anyways. That's actually a bug they should probably fix before it comes out. It's probably actually waiting for the full cooldown. Anyways, I guess we just found a bug. But let's go ahead and... So you guys know what that one does. The other one, let's see. This one is if Arcane Orb hits an enemy here after traveling at least 80% of its base range, the cooldown is reduced by 7 seconds. So what it means by 80%, it basically means that last orb right here. Anything before that, it's not really going to trigger the cooldown boost, so it's kind of difficult. I mean, I know most of it's long range, but it's not really going to help that much. Takedown restores 25% of your maximum health. That's the last one. That could be very beneficial if you play it right. What I usually go on this one is the magic missiles. It goes along with the glass cannon strategy, so it's definitely something that can help. Alright, so next one here, let's talk about, we got Seeker. If 3 magic missiles hit the same target, deals an additional 274. So that's actually like a whole nother magic missile hitting them as well. So with the bonus of hitting them after and hitting all 3 at the same time, it actually instantly dishes out about 1500 damage. That's really good. That's a lot of damage. This hero is definitely good at dishing out a lot of damage. So that one's a good ability. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other ones.
I become more powerful.
Oops.
Choose a talent.
Okay, so the other one is Arcane Orb does an additional 25% more damage to enemies far away, but we'll deal 25% up close. So let's take a look here. Up close, it's rated to do 271. Now it only does 203. But let's take a far away walk here and get max range. 1000 damage. Just by hitting someone, it's an AoE that does 1000 damage with that ability. So that is extremely strong. I'm gonna reset that one though. Let's take a look at the third one real quick so you guys can see it. Teleport deals 542 damage. That's actually pretty good damage.
If this were easy, everyone
I mean, just for teleporting into somebody. So let's say you just hit somebody with magic missiles and teleport on them and hit them once. That's about 1700 damage. So that is a lot of damage to be dishing out very quickly. So definitely with this one,
Choose a talent.
let's see. With this one, honestly, this is where you kind of can choose your own path with her. You're not gonna, no one's gonna be able to tell you a right answer on this one. Single target damage, if you like using magic missiles, good. If you want to just be a ranged person, go with this one. I actually prefer this one, and that's because I like to be a little more mobile, and depending on who the enemies are, I mean, if you have Zeratul or Nova behind you, this will help a lot because you can actually teleport right into them and try and kill them before they actually kill you. There's also a shield build you can go later, so this would help when you have a lot of those kind of enemies. Let's go ahead, I'll just choose this one for now. Let's talk about the ultimate now. So we have two different ultimates. What we have is Wave of Force, which knockbacks the enemy, and the laser, which most of you guys have probably seen already. So let's do the knockback real quick. So the knockback's pretty cool as far as
Here we go.
breaking up groups or trying to shoot enemies certain directions. I could do it here so you guys can see it. It summons a little thing. It's almost an instant cast, so there's really not much delay. You don't have much delay to worry about at all. So it's a pretty cool ability. I mean, you can really get some combos going where, I mean, you clear the path and you can actually probably shoot an orb in there or something like that. So that's a good one.
Choose a talent.
I have found it useful with some builds. There's certain enemies, but most part I use the other one, which I'll show you right now. So the other one I choose most of the time is Disintegrate, which is probably the most common one because you're basically just shooting, but it shoots through everything. And that is the main key, is you can shoot through walls, you can shoot through obstacles, you can shoot through anything. So you'll see in some of the clips I actually use it to shoot through walls sometimes, because the walls block vision, they block everything. So if you can break through, it helps a lot. So we have the level 13 abilities. Let's take a look at these. So when you use an ability, increase your next basic attack and cause it to deal ability damage. So let's take a look at that one. So I use an ability and I've already got my stack of 190. It made my attack do, let's see, that's 138 regular attack, 207. So you're talking 70 extra damage after using an ability. Now she uses an ability so much that maybe it's able to, you see how, I mean, I keep getting the 207, so maybe it's capable of really doing some damage.
Choose a talent.
My knowledge increases.
But I don't usually use that one. This is one of those ones, again, just go whatever the build you want. Increases teleport. If you're going all teleport build, this one helps a lot. You can actually jump over like much further because it actually increases the distance. Increases teleport range by 50%, and if you lose more than 50% of your health at once, then you can kill down, or the cooldown is reset. So I mean, the range increase is very nice, especially if you're dealing damage with it. And then having it automatically cool down if you get hit will help you escape out of battle too. So that's a good one. And let me show you the other one so you guys can take a look.
My power grows.
I guess it doesn't matter. This one right here, increase your ability power by 15%, but decrease your maximum health by 15%. So just taking a look at this right now, my health is at 2700 right now. So once I click this, I'm down to 2200, 2297. So my health just dropped, but my damage is going to go up a lot. So as I'm doing damage, ability damage, right here, that extra hit is doing 315 now on this one. So I mean, these orbs are normally supposed to do 292. With that extra damage, they're doing about a little over 300.
Choose a talent.
So it definitely can be a very useful ability. All right, let's take a look. This one, most of the time I go for this, the glass cannon, because as I said earlier, it's kind of coincidental. I like being the glass cannon. I like being able to deal a lot of damage, but being super weak.
Here we go.
So now we're on the last regular talent before we go into the second, the level 20 ability. Again, she has so many options. She really does. Here, I can't really tell you which one you want to go. It kind of depends on your play style. So all in all, if you get one thing from this video, just get that you can decide what you want to build based off of how you play. I like to play glass cannon style, so I mean, that's how I build, but you guys may like a different one. Drastically increases, let's look at the first one here, sorry. Drastically increases magic missile speed and lowers its cooldown by 1. So its cooldown's only 3 right now. You take 1 away, it's only 2-second cooldown. Yeah, let me turn off toggle cooldowns here so you guys can really see. So if you're, almost every 2 seconds is extremely quick.
Seems like my travels never
So
end.
that is a pretty good ability if you're very good with magic missiles. Some people like them. I'm not that big on them, so
Nicely done.
that's why I skipped that one. So the other one, let's talk about the second one. Magic missiles fires an additional 2 missiles. So I mean, realistically, you're firing 5 missiles now, which is ridiculous. I mean, look at that wall. So you pretty much are guaranteed to hit something. I mean, I hit that guy by accident. So really cool ability. Really, and the other ability, the talent, where you have to hit,
Where to?
you get the bonus if you hit a certain amount. You only have to hit 3 of them. So technically, if you miss 2 once you go to 5, then that other ability will still trigger. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one here. Where is
My
it?
knowledge increases.
Okay, so the next one, Arcane Orb travels 25% farther, doing up to 25% more damage.
Have more.
So this thing is beastly.
Sometimes I really
Right here,
miss Chaldean.
I mean, the range increases, so that's why I had to get way up here. Look at this thing. So much more distance and so much more damage. This thing is a fun ability to get. If you really want to like long bomb some people and cause some havoc, that's a great ability. If you actually stack, let me show you. If you want to go the range build, which is Arcane Orb, you still got to get some of these other ones, but the one you want to get first is this one right here. Make sure you're doing 25% more damage to enemies far away. Then when you do this one, it's actually doing 25 plus 25, so you're doing a ton of damage. So let me show you how much damage it does. It's 1400 damage. So I mean, you can dish out 1400 damage in an area, and that's just one shot. So that is a beastly ability.
Choose a talent.
So I want to show you the last ability real quick in that segment for the level 16 talents. Let me put this back here. So this again boosts the teleport. And the funny thing about Li-Ming is you can build whatever you want. I mean, if you want to go all teleport, you can. This one's a nice ability that I just clicked, which is called Diamond Skin. When you teleport, gain 25% of your max health as a shield. So literally, when you teleport in, you gain a 25% shield, which is a lot. I mean, that could be super helpful, considering like wherever you end up with that ability. If you do the one where you teleport twice, I mean, you can technically gain a shield, but I mean, it works really well. So you get the distance, you get the shield, you get the damage on it. I mean, it's pretty handy. If you like building that tank build, you can, and it's definitely good. Again, that's not the build I go. So let's talk about the last one real quick.
Power grows.
Okay, so I'm gonna choose this one because this is actually what I normally go with. So the last one, there's a few different things. Now, Disintegrate enemies, the actual ultimate, what it does is just boost it, so it slows enemies. So if I choose that, anytime I shoot somebody, it's just gonna slow them down. And pay attention to the number there, it's hitting 33, okay? Which is very good damage, 33 a second. Let's see. So one whole thing of it does about 1300 damage, which is a lot. So let's take a look at the other one though. This one slows it. I mean, if you're worried about people getting close to you or you want to get crowd control, then get the slow, because it does shoot through people. It can be very effective. This one I haven't seen anyone pick yet. Every time I play, they always go slow, but this one right here, in my opinion, is the best ability she has. Your abilities benefit from 20% bonus damage as long as they aren't cast twice in a row. Now, if you're using her right, you're never going to cast it twice in a row. Like, never. It is not going to happen. As you see here, these little icons pop up on it. It actually tells you what spell you cast last. So let's go here. It actually, now that icon here disappeared, so you know I can't cast that spell. Well, I can, but it's just going to do the same amount of damage.
Here we go.
Now, with that 20% boost, if I actually, like, say, teleport in, I mean, it's regularly doing 542, it just did 731. Let's take a look at the orb. I don't have the orb super boosted all the way through, but even non, I mean, 1300 damage, because of that. Now we just did the ultimate and did about 1300 damage. Let me show you with a 20% boost. So now it's up to almost 1600 damage. So all you gotta do is rotate your spells, and even if you don't, it's just gonna do the same regular damage. To me, if you want to dish out the most damage, you gotta choose that ability at level 20, okay?
Choose a talent.
So I'm gonna reset it so you guys can see the last ability here. Let's take a look here.
If my old masters could see me now.
This one
If this
is
were
pretty
easy,
cool.
everyone would
It
do
actually
it.
lets you transform into a different form. It's the Arcane ability. If you guys have played Diablo, you all know about it. They did a really good job with building this hero because she replicates the actual play style in Diablo very well. So in this ability, or in this actual form, I would say, all your other abilities are disabled. I can't even click them. The only way I can click them is if I come out of this mode. But the main thing is I can just spam this thing. I never stop. So constantly just damage. And as soon as you're done using it, you get back up and just do it some more. So once you exit it, you have this on a 10-second cooldown. So I activate it, so it takes it off for 10 seconds so you can't use it again. But I mean, you could use your ability, things like that. One question you guys may run into is if you choose the other ability, the other ultimate, can you still use that Archon? And the answer is yes, you really can. So feel free to try that build if you want. Let me show you real quick. Oh my gosh, I chose the wrong spell. Okay, so if you choose Wave of Force, you can still stack it with the Archon ability,
Seems like my
which is
travels
kind of cool.
never end.
So you can use the crowd control capabilities of that and all the other spells, then go into Archon mode and still be able to use this. So it gives you actually a 5th spell. I mean, you have to kind of build it, and then you have to lose out on some of those other abilities, but that is all. So I'm going to show you the build real quick that I go through just to kind of remind you guys that I would recommend trying it because it is a lot of fun. So magic missiles, a boost in the first one to get the spell block. Second one, bonus damage. So when you hit it, you do extra 190 damage. The third ability, I do teleport, does damage. Reason being is because the damage is so high. 542 is a lot of damage just for a little AoE. It helps clears creeps and it helps in team fights. The ultimate, I choose Disintegrate. This one I go Glass Cannon because I like dealing more damage
My knowledge increases.
and not concerned about dying as much. And on this one, I always do 25% further and 25% more damage. And as I said, the cycling abilities. So there you have it, guys. Quick, easy way to deal out a lot of damage. I mean, that was pretty much 5,000 worth of damage just doing the combo of all of them together. So it does a lot of damage. That's pretty much it for the training here. I do want to put some gameplay at the end. If you guys have any questions, I mean, feel free to let me know. But I hope you like the video. I mean, I try and put them together just to help people out, help you see what abilities are good and things like that. I know this one was kind of long, but hopefully you found it interesting and stayed throughout the whole thing. I'll have some gameplay now, and that's pretty much it for me. If you want to leave comments or want to subscribe to the channel, please do. We definitely appreciate it if you want to like the video or whatever. We always appreciate feedback, so let us know. Thank you.